One of the greatest parts of Outlast 2 is the way that the developers have left the story open to interpretation by every player who completes it. No matter what you think of the horror tropes used, or the lack of narrative, the game itself has a deeply embedded story hidden throughout the various documents and recordings in the game. One question we've seen asked quite a bit though is, what does the ending mean? To help you out, we've put together a detailed explanation of what we believe the Outlast 2 ending means. It should be noted that there are some extreme spoilers in the following video. If you haven't beaten Outlast 2 and plan to play it at some point, this is your spoiler warning. So anything after this adorable bear will be considered a spoiler and pretty scary. Let's just take a moment with this bear. Isn't he adorable? Who are those flowers for? Their partner? Their mother? Which, by the way, May 14th, guys. Mother's Day. Alright, now that we've gotten that out of the way, we've already explained the story and given our thoughts on everything that's happened to Blake during his journey. But after you survive the onslaught of crazy cultists, and even survive being crucified and buried alive, you find your wife Lynn at the edge of the mines. Together you escape and she has the baby while a storm rages outside the chapel in Temple Gate. There's nothing there. These final words have left a proverbial wrench in the gears of the story, and a lot of players are scratching their heads right now, wondering what the heck this ending means. Of course, this is merely our interpretation of the information provided by the game. So if your opinion is different, be sure to let us know. As Blake walks away from Noth and Lynn's body, the world around him changes back to the school, and Jessica, with rope burns around her neck, leads him into the back room of the kitchen, where they used to fool around when they were kids. Together, Blake and Jessica kneel, and Jessica says a short prayer, and the credits roll. Based on everything we've seen in Outlast 2, it would appear that Blake finally loses his mind and succumbs to the madness that's been eating away at him. His part in Jessica's suicide, the fact that he did not stay with her when she begged him to, has left him ridden with guilt for many years. And the microwave signals from the tower to control people's minds in Temple Gate have finally broken him. It's unclear what happens to the baby, if the baby was even real, or if it was just an illusion caused by the signals playing tricks on Blake's mind. As we mentioned before, Lynn says there's nothing there just before she dies, which leads many to believe that she was talking about the baby that Blake believed he had just delivered. It's possible that Lynn was in a much stronger mental state, as she was several hundred feet below ground, which would have kept the microwave signals from reaching her as much. Of course, as we mentioned in our explanation of the story, Noth also saw the baby, but this could easily have been a shared hallucination due to prolonged exposure to the mind-altering waves from the radio tower. This theory is possible because over time Blake's mind has grown weaker, with hallucinations becoming more and more frequent throughout. What began as a simple nightmare has at this point evolved into a new reality for Blake, a reality that he eventually gives into completely. There are still a lot of questions left unanswered, and collecting every document and recording in the game won't even paint a perfect picture. The developers have left the interpretation of the events in Outlast 2 up to the audience, and this is just what we believe based on the information we found in the game. Do you agree with us? Disagree? You want to see the picture of the teddy again? Here you go. Let us know what you folks think in the comments below. Be sure to check our description for more Outlast 2 content. Check back every weekday for another Prima 365. And for more content like this, be sure to head over to primagames.com.